And today I want to show you guys how to find like the week start date of a specific date, right? So it's kind of similar to questions like this, how to find the week start date in Google Sheets, or how to round the date to the previous or next specific week date Excel. So there's tons of reasons for doing this. So a lot of times you're gonna have like a sheet, for example, like you might paste in a CSV file that has a column of dates, right? And you want to be able to group all of the numbers. So if there's certain numbers, you want to be able to group them by a specific week. And a lot of times we do our reporting by week or by month. And month is a little bit easier, but for weeks, it's a little bit harder, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to find like either the previous Sunday or the next Sunday of a given date. So let's say the date is April 28th. Let me open up my calendar. And April 28th of 2020, if you look here, is it's a Tuesday, right? And let's say we want to label it as the week of April 26th, which is a Sunday. That's how we want to group all of our data. We want to find the previous Sunday. Now, I used to always do the week starting. So in this case, if our week goes from Sunday through Saturday, I always chose to call it by the week that it started with. But recently I've kind of shifted to doing the week ending. So normally weeks end on either like Saturday or Sunday for most business reporting. And then so now in this particular case, if the date was April 28th, I might do May 2nd instead. So the week ending in May 2nd. And there's a few reasons for that, but there's good reasons for using starting or following, right? So, okay, so let's say this is April 28th and now I want to find April 26th. So this is basically the formula that you would use. You'd use a weekday formula, right? And it's a really confusing formula, honestly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a cheat sheet that I'm going to leave in the description below. And all you have to do if you want to find the previous Sunday is go into this doc that I'll give you guys access to, copy the Sunday, right? So this is all the previous formulas and this is the starting formulas. I'm going to paste it in and I'll kind of briefly explain to you how it works. So I'm going to call this week starting, and then I'll just put a parentheses called Sunday just so you guys know that it's a Sunday. And then I'm going to press enter, and then I will press Command V or Control V to paste this in. And then I'm just going to go ahead and format that so it's correct. So in my doc, it's going to refer to cell A2, right? But just change the A2 to whatever cell that your date is in. So in this case, it's going to be G2. So let me change it to everything that says A2. I'm going to change it to G2. I guess I could zoom in, make it a bit easier. Okay, so now it's going to say G2, right? So now the formula says if weekday equals 1, then G2, otherwise G2 minus weekday. And I'll explain all this in a second. And I'm going to press enter. So this is August 30th. This is a sheet that I use to track all of my projects, by the way. So, okay, so August 30th, 2018. Let's see what day that was. So August 30th was a Tuesday, and then the previous Sunday is going to be August 26th, and you see that works correctly, right? So let me drag this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the cell, and I'll drag this all the way down, and it's automatically going to drag the formula down. It's going to take the formatting with it, which is kind of annoying, but I can fix that later. Okay, so let's see. So everything within, so August 26th of 2018, anything between 26th of August and September 1st should say August 26th, right? So this is correct. And then from September 6th, the previous Sunday, if you go to September 6th over here, the previous Sunday is going to be September 2nd. And then same with, let's see, 9/16. Okay, 9/16 is a Sunday, so we want to keep it as a Sunday. So let me explain so everything's working correctly, and I'll explain briefly how the formula works, even though you don't really need to know how to do it because there's a cheat sheet. But essentially, this is going to be the main formula, right? So what it's going to do is what the weekday formula does is it takes the number of it assigns a number to each weekday. So Sunday's a 1, Monday's a 2, Tuesday's a 3, and so forth. So what it's going to do is it's going to take this date and then it's going to subtract it by the weekday of this date minus 1. So the weekday of August 30th, 2018 is a Thursday, which means it's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 minus 1 is 4. The weekday of 4, it's a bit confusing, okay? It took me a while to even like figure it out. But basically, it's always going to add or subtract the number of days to get to either the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, however you want to do it. And then if you want the following Sunday, all you have to do to the formula, which is in this cheat sheet. So if you want the ending ones, it's going to be over here. But all it is it adds a 7 to it. So it basically adds 7 days to this formula. So basically, if I were to add 7 days to this formula, it's going to give me the ending Sunday. And the if statement in front of it just basically says that, hey, if the weekday is already a 1, which is a Sunday, then leave it at this date. Because if this date's already a Sunday, we don't want to change it, right? But this one isn't. And then if it isn't, then we use this formula to find the following or the previous Sunday. So let me delete this 7. So, okay, so let's say you start your weeks on a Monday. So let's make this a Monday. Go to the cheat sheet, and then we want the previous Monday. So what we'll do is we will go back to that cell, press enter, double click to highlight everything, or press Command A or Control A, paste it in, and then let's change this to say G2 instead of A2. Okay, so let's change that. And then now it's going to find the previous Monday of all of this, which is going to be August 27th from 30th. So the 30th and the August 27th. So now what you've done is you've essentially grouped all of these rows by a specific week, right? And that can be very helpful to do like sum if formulas, or if you're creating dashboards. It's really helpful to be able to have a column that groups your date, a specific date, by either by a week, labeling it a week, or labeling it a certain month. And a week is usually much harder than a month. I can do a video to show you guys how to do a month if you guys want. Just leave some comments if you guys want to see that video. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I'm going to leave the link to this cheat sheet in the description below, and if, just make a copy of your own, and then I'll just keep this somewhere, because someone like myself, I use this all the time. And then I use it for building dashboards and things like that. And if you guys want to learn how to track sales or like build a dashboard within Google Sheets, check out a link to my course in the description as well. I'm going to have that coming out very soon, so you guys can basically learn how to build something like this, and then I'm going to show you guys how to build a dashboard on top of it to help you track all the sales easily without having to go in and add a bunch of things. All right, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you guys want to see more tutorials like this, and then leave any questions if you guys have any other questions about Google Sheets or Data Studio, or like tracking any sort of data inside spreadsheets. Thanks a lot, guys.